You are welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel before we go. You are welcome back. This is a tutorial on how to sharpen clipper blades and how to compare and contrast between W-Wmark clipper blades. The bigger W-Wmark clipper blade, that is tapper, then the Starex type of W-Wmark clipper blade. I want to sharpen the two. Then we now compare and contrast how easy or how difficulty, how stretch can we pass through before we sharpen for the Starex type of W-Wmark and tapper type of W-Wmark clipper blades. Yeah, this is the type of the tutorials professionals, learners have to be watching, because all these clipper blades now, we have different type of clipper blades. We have different type of clipper blades in the barbing industry. We get bigger ones, we get smaller ones, we get stronger ones, we get soft ones. Can you see? Try to watch carefully. That is the bigger W-Wmark of clipper blade. That is the tapper on. Look at the inner surface, watch the back surface, then look at the thickness. Yeah, look at how the shape of the clipper blade is. This is the smaller one, the Starex type. Can you see it? W-Wmark clipper blade, W-Wmark. The two upper clipper blade for W-Wmark for Starex type, upper and bottom clipper blade for W-Wmark for the tapper type. Now I want to start the sharpening. What are we going to consider in this tutorial is how many times of to and fro counting are we going to sharpen each side of the upper clipper blade for the W-Wmark small one and the bigger one. That is number one. Then secondly, the type of pressure to be applied on the four clipper blades, the two upper ones, the two down ones, have to be the same. Then the way we treat the surface of our stone for sharpening of the each W-Wmark clipper blade have to be the same. And the positioning of the W-Wmark clipper blade on the blade, on the blade have to be the same. Can you see? Our to and fro counting have to be the same. Now, watch carefully. I'm starting from the Starex type, the upper clipper blade. As I used to say, before you starting the sharpening of the clipper blade, you clean the surface of your stone, then you treat the surface accordingly. After the treatment, you are going to start the sharpening. Then you should know the right position, the right way to place your upper clipper blade for sharpening. Then the one I'm doing now, I want to sharpen 10 times one side for the upper clipper blade, 10 times for the other side. Then I will now go again, 10 times for one side, 10 times for the other side, to make it clear. Then I will still repeat the same thing for the upper blade of W-Wmark clipper blade, that is tapper type. That is how I'm going to compare and contrast. We now see how many times we can sharpen the Starex type, that is W-Wmark. Can you see it? This is the bottom clipper blade now. I have sharpened the two upper clipper blades 20 times each side. The two are equal. The same way to sharpen. The same type of pressure, the same type of to and fro counting, the same type of treatment on the surface, then the same type of the positioning of the upper clipper blade. Can you see it? So the upper and the bottom, the upper of the W-Wmark Starex and the W-Wmark tapper they are the same in sharpening when used in the same way. Then I'm now sharpening the bottom clipper blade for Starex. The bottom clipper blade for Starex, I will go to and fro. That is 10 times in 3 places. That's going to be 30 times for one side, 30 times for the other side. Now I've sharpened for first side. I'm now trying to treat the surface of the stone again against another sharpening. You know, I've told you, before you sharpen any clipper blade, you must have to treat the surface first. So 30 times for one side for the whole bottom clipper blade of W-Wmark clipper blade. 30 times for the other side. Now I will still go the same thing for the W-Wmark bottom clipper blade for tapper. That's what I'm sharpening now. So I will sharpen 10 times, 3 times one side, 10 times each, 3 times the other side. When I sharpen it, it will now balance with the way I've sharpened the Starex type W-Wmark clipper blade with the same type of pressure, with the same type of to and fro canting, with the same type of treatment, also with the same type of the positioning of the angle of the blade on the stone. Now I now watch the W-Wmark Starex clipper blade has been correctly sharpened on the 30 times one side, 30 times the other side. Now I have sharpened 30 times one side, 30 times the other side for the W-Wmark clipper blade for tapper. Now let us watch the face. The face is not yet sharpened. We can still see the black carbon in between and the inner surface of the small blades. Cover the whole small blades. Finish. The back of it has been sharpened. So we still need to repeat another 30 times. That is 10 times each for one side. That's 3 times. Then 10 times to and fro each in 3 places for the other side. We now recheck again. When we recheck again whether the clipper blade has been sharpened correctly, we are going to see it. Either the clipper blade has not been sharpened correctly, we are going to see it. That is the comparison between W-Wmark clipper blades. That is the Starex type and the tapper type. Can you see it? Now, in the process, we have sharpened Starex clipper blade 30 times each for one side. It's okay. I've sharpened 30 times for the other side of the tapper. It's not okay. I've now go for the second time now. After the second time now, I check the clipper blade is not okay again. I have to go for the third time. And don't forget, before you sharpen your clipper blade, before you place it on the stone for sharpening, treatment is very compulsory. Treatment, how you activate the surface of your stone is very compulsory. You can't do without activating the stone. You can't do without recharging the surface of your stone. It is very compulsory. You cannot overlook it. You cannot dodge it, and you cannot jump it. You cannot bypass it. Try to understand me very well. The moment you treated surface for one side very well, you did not treat the other side very well, the total surface of the clipper blade you are sharpening will not be balanced. The level will not be balanced, and the total shining across will be different. It will show different color. Now, can you see now? Where I'm pointing my finger now, it still remain at that place again. So I've went 30 times each side for one time. This is the second time now. Now we are going for the third time. And let me tell you one thing. If you know how to study the inner surface of the clipper blade very well, you really understand how to study the nature. And you have sharpened different type of clipper blade. You're supposed to know how hard each clipper blade is. It's very complex. That is why all the film I'm producing, you might be looking at sharpening always. The sharpening is different from each other. The what you are fashioning out in the sharpening for each tutorial is totally different. Only say we do it in the same way. Yeah, what you are seeing the surface of each blade is totally different. If on the 200 barbers use 200 clippers, you now lose it. You check the surface of the inner clipper blade for upper and the bottom clipper blade. They are not going to be the same, believe me. And if you want to sharpen them, it cannot be the same. There will be difference inside. You see where I'm still pointing my finger, that area is not balanced. That area is not balanced at all. So I still need to go number 4 times. And don't forget, before you go, you need to treat the surface of your stone very well. It's very compulsory. You need to treat it. You can't do without the treatment. And you try to look the surface of the blade you want to sharpen. You examine the surface, you study very well. That is the main reason why I am breaking the tutorials. That is why I am breaking the tutorials one by one, so that when I'm talking about the treatment, you can really understand what I mean by treatment. When I talk about studying of the surface for upper clipper blade, you're supposed to know what I mean by studying the surface, inner surface of the blade, for you to verify how the level of the inside, how the total shining across is. So try to follow me bomber to bomber. And when you subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the 2 channels, Master Babas Hotel, Master Babas Comedy TV, and press notification for the 2. Then try to be watching the film always. Go back to the old films, don't depend on the new ones only. When you watch new one 10 videos, go back and watch old ones 10. That is how you continue doing it. Treatment is very, very compulsory. Treatment of the surface of the stone. That is what I call recharge the surface of the stone. Activating the surface of the stone. Yeah, it is very, very compulsory. You can't escape it. So now try and follow this tutorial very well. I am trying to compare the W-Wmark clipper blades made from the same company, the Starex type and the tapper type of it. They use it in the same way. I'm now sharpening them. I want to look how easy or how difficult, how stretchful the each clipper blade is going to give us. I'm sorry. We have discovered in the upper clipper, can you see, I'm now showing you that it's sharpening clearly. Can you see the total shining across and the flatness as shown? So in the tutorial, I have sharpened the 2 upper clipper blade. I first sharpened the Starex type to and fro 10 times. That is 2 times for one side, 2 times for the other side for the Starex type. Then I now go for the tapper own W-Wmark clipper blade, the upper one. I now sharpen the same way, the same process I did for the first one. Yeah. I now counted to and fro 10 times in 2 places for one side, in 2 places for the other side. The surface of the clipper blades are sharpened already, the 2, which means they are equally in the power, equally in the stretch. Can you see it? Then I'm now sharpening for the bottom clipper blade for W-Wmark, that is Starex type. Now I went to and fro, that is 30 times for each side, 10 in 3 places for each side. Can you see? I've tested this one now. Can you see? It's sharpening correctly. You can see the carbon across the surface. You can see the shining. Can you see it? Which means this one has been sharpened correctly. I've tested it. So I've still tested for the second one. You can see that they are sharpened correctly, or the 2 sets of clipper blades. Can you see it? So when I'm sharpening for the bottom clipper blade for the Starex type, it was 30 times each for one side before it was cleared. Then for the tapper type, I now went 30 times. That is 4 times for each side, 10 times in 3 places each. In 3 places, then times 4. That is 30 times in 4 places for the first side, 30 times in 4 places for the other side. Can you see now? I've tested this one. Now can you see the carbon form across the whole surface of the blade? Which means the 2 clipper blades are being sharpened correctly. But what we are trying to fashion out or bring out, I need to know exactly the difference between that tapper type of W-Wmark bottom clipper blade is very difficult to sharpen than that of the Starex type. And I'm telling you sincerely, if you can use the 2 dull well, or those barbers that know how to misuse the clipper blade to use it to rotting, can you see it? To use it very, very bad, to repackage it, the 2, that tapper W-Wmark clipper blade is going to give a lot of headache than that of the Starex. That is what I'm trying to fashion out, to bring out, so that when we see the two clipper blades, we know that that Starex type is easy to sharpen, very very easy, but that tapper type is difficult to sharpen. So therefore, I'm advising all of us watching the video, please help me share this video out. Help me share it out so that many faces, many people can subscribe to the two channels I have, Master Barber's Hotel, Master Barber's Comedy TV, so that they press the notification button to be receiving my new videos. Please subscribe. Help me share the video for the public. Thank you.